What you got there?
Part of the old Subaru, mate, that we've just sold. And you reckon there's not a lot wrong with it?
I don't know. It don't seem too bad in terms of play.
No, it doesn't actually.
But
like I say, it could have worn blades. I mean, they look a little bit, potentially. You never know, do you?
it's worth, well, what is it to have it stripped and checked over? It's not a lot, really.
There's something not right with it, mate, because when I took it around Chivenor for 2 mild laps, it was a bit smoky when it come back in.
Yeah.
So I am assuming it's not very good. But basically, mate, I've sold the car. It's gone to a friend of mine, and he absolutely loves it. But this thing was a bit whistly, although it sounded good.
Oh, it sounded cool.
Like
but
you
just
say.
Sort of think
You don't want the impeller to just fly past you, do you?
That's the trouble.
So we're going to send this off to Turbo Performance, and Vince is going to give it the once-over, and we'll stick that. Well, you will be sticking that back on.
Yay.
Yay! So let's go and have a little look, mate, at the old Subaru. Nice to see the old girl back in the parking lot.
Yep.
Isn't it?
It is.
Big hole in the back. So, tricky getting this turbo off? Initially, you didn't think so?
I mean, as far as getting turbos off, it's as bad as any, really, I suppose. But it's not, like, terrible.
No.
It's just a bit... When you're in a car park rather than on a ramp...
Which you did once say to me that you preferred.
Well...
Now you're getting a little bit older.
Yeah, it's one of them, but you...
Clocking on mid-20s now, mate. Don't want to be rolling around in the car park. I think the oil drain down to the cylinder head or block.
So the oil drain from the turbo is this one you can't see here.
Right, okay.
It's just there.
Just there, lovely.
And it's basically a rubber hose with 2 clips or clip on each end.
Yeah.
And it's very inaccessible, so you kind of have to just bypass the clips and lever the turbo off.
Excellent.
Which sounds like a dodgy thing to do, but it is sort of one of the ways you can do it.
So the first thing you've got to do, you say, to do any sort of work at the rear of the engine on this is take the intercooler off, which sits
in that big gap.
In that gap.
So really, it's intercooler off, the downpipe has to come off, which just sat down there.
Yeah.
And then you can start attempting to get the turbo off. But
there we go, mate. Got to be done, hasn't it? Said I'd do it. Now we're doing it. To be honest with you, although this engine is fairly grubby, if I'm actually looking at it, I reckon with a good ice blast, which we initially intended to do, I think this would come up pretty mint, wouldn't it?
It'd come up all right.
It's just road grime, isn't it?
You never get, I mean, like, once I had done mine the first time, you think, oh, it's going to look lovely, and then you remember that there's like a mountain of ancillaries that haven't been done.
That's the good thing about that ice blasting, isn't it? It does the whole lot.
Yeah, the ice blasting would be all right.
I reckon it'll come up quite nice, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, great old car, mate. There we go. Right. We've been having a bit of a sort out in here this week, haven't we, mate? Finishing some engines off. Clutch comes tomorrow for that one?
Very soon, yeah, tomorrow or...
The F4R Clio.
Yeah.
Get that one finished. You've done the K-Series Rover.
I have, yeah.
What do you think to doing the K-Series Rovers, mate?
I quite enjoy them.
You like it?
You have to get everything ready.
Like a big sandwich. Like you said, it's actually starting to build the engine. You do all the cleaning, the blasting, the painting and remanufacturing of the engine parts. But the actual, once you start the build, that is like the final... You've got to sort of do it all in one go.
Once you've started building it, you just have to finish it. Especially like as far as crank, pistons, rods, head. Yeah. That's all just goes together in one go.
It's a bit of a strange design with things like this because obviously you've got the head bolts that go all the way through into the mains carrier or the carrier below the mains. Yeah. You torqued up the mains, didn't you, for the crank, and it was sort of very stiff, or if not lock solid.
Well, yeah, so I torqued up these outer bolts.
Yeah.
Just to, it's like 25 Newton meters.
Yeah.
And obviously, at that point, the head bolts aren't in, which means the mains bolts aren't in. Yeah. And basically it locked up. Yeah. So I was like...
So you've got to do the head, bolt the head on to sort of torque up the mains.
I did half expect.
It's strange though, isn't it?
At the same time, you think, should I go any further or should I try and work out if this is locked up because of that or something else? So,
it is very strange how it sort of undoes and then does up all correct.
As soon as I put the head on, and literally just did like 20 odd Newton meters on the head bolts. It all freed off and turned beautiful. So it's
lovely.
Just mental, really.
So it looks a lot nicer than when it come in. And actually, you put an advertisement out for these K16s on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And we've had some inquiries already. We've had some inquiries already, haven't we? We've I've done a couple of estimates, so I think that's one of the routes we're going to have to go now, isn't it? Go to the old social media and.
Yeah, but the K series, it's a nice engine to do. There's nice little tweaks you can do, and you know.
Oh, it's a great engine, very lightweight, fetches good power. That over there is not a pallet of musical instruments.
No.
That is all the stuff that we had. Well, half of it we forgot to give to the new owner of the van when he turned up at the weekend.
Yeah, so
I don't know what I was looking at, but it weren't all the stuff that was there.
Mark II Escort van.
Mark II Escort van that's gone.
We forgot half the bits.
The big bit there is the rear bumper that's been painted. So obviously you've wrapped that up. We've got the engine on there. We've got a box of all the ancillaries like the rear lights and the trim for inside and all this that needs to be sort of restored or cleaned up. Clutch, flywheel, the engine. Yeah, got the engine. And only thing to go is the coilovers, which I'm going to send separate, brand new. Didn't even know I'd ordered them. Thought that I was just about to order them. When I spoke to Tom this morning, he said, got a brand new set of coilovers here that you've forgot. So there we go.
Brilliant.
So I look at that as I've saved some money today.
Yeah.
Having bought a second
Man
set
maths, isn't it?
Man maths. Another bit of progress this week, mate, is the lovely looking V8 BMW.
Yeah.
M62 B44. This is an early engine out of a 740i, 840i. Getting me numbers close, but not necessarily correct. So this is the pre-Vanos. So this engine, almost finished. You've got an upper sump and a lower sump, which is down there, a pan. So I put this, you've got to do this engine in a bit of a sequence, and it's quite an easy engine to do, I would say. For this type of motor, fairly basic. It's like two basic 4 cylinders really together. Timing setup's fairly simple. Got to have the timing tools to do it, but follow the Autodata. It's fairly simple, mate. But there is a bit of a sequence to it. It's not overly simple when you haven't took it apart.
Yeah, that's the trouble. This came in stripped, which we always struggle more with because obviously we've not seen it before. So
So as far as the timing goes, I've put this on temporary, and the reason for that is in a minute I'm going to turn it over and just show you the oil pump setup, and it's a bit of a typical BMW, I would say, the way they've done things. So I've just put that on loosely, and the reason, not loosely, but just nipped it up. And the reason for that is because this holds the timing pin that goes into the flywheel to time the crank. It doesn't time on TDC.
That's the thing. You always find that like any engine that's got one of these timing kits and a timing pin and all this, well, they don't take what we do into consideration. No. It's all for doing a timing chain replacement in the car, like.
Exactly,
Weird.
Yeah, when you've got to build it and you've got to do it in a bit of a sequence, it's not quite so easy. Pin the crank, put the timing tools in the back here, mate. So these here are handed, left and right, and they basically slot over the end of the cam. You've got squares on the end of there. Now you've got to be careful because they can go on one of 4 ways. So Autodata does actually give you the specific, a drawing of the rear of the cams.
So
the loads look right.
Yeah.
And then the ones on number 1 are inwards here. So what you do, you put those tools in, you put your pin in, put your chains on, so you've got a chain that drives both cams on each head, and then you've got one long chain, mate, that goes all the way round and drives the front pulleys. Now these are all on slots. Yeah, except for this, which is your cam trigger wheel. Now you have to get that can go one of 6 ways, so you have to get that right. And that was a ChatGPT job this morning that found a picture on the internet of how it goes, because Autodata doesn't actually tell you how that's meant to go. The only thing the timing kit gives you are these, which are to time the Vanoses.
Right.
Which isn't now, so this would be for a later model, really. Done all that, you slacken all these off, pull the pin out of the centre tensioners, and then we put in this temporary block here which replicates the tensioner. There's only one tensioner on this engine because it's got a big old long chain, so it tensions it from here.
So that's why I used one.
Yeah.
One long one.
So I'm just torquing these bolts now, mate. I'm doing everything to the Autodata spec of torques. This is 15 Newton meters, all these bolts. I've actually done all this side. And once I've torqued these up, I can then turn it over, remove all the tools, and put my sump on. But I'm going to just finish doing these, and I'll turn it over. And I'll just show you the little, what you've got to be careful of when you're putting the crank and the oil pump in on these things, mate. Take two. Just done this a minute ago, forgot to put my mic on. BMW engine, mate, turned over. Timing's all done, all the timing tools are out, back in the box. Thing turns over, done a few revolutions, mate. Nothing touches or nothing makes a noise. So what I want to show you here is the sequence, the procedure that BMW have obviously come up with to torque these mains bolts and the oil pump bolts. So you've got the centre main bolts, which all engines will have.
It's like your typical main bolt, isn't it?
Typical mains bolts, but BMW in their wisdom, like you said, some, in part one, some mains have a cross bolt, don't they, that goes through the block into the cap.
Yeah, like horizontal.
Yeah, but these have them at a slight angle, probably like 30 degrees, into the block. But because they're on an angle, you're never going to get them correct, as in this cap meeting the block. So what they've done is used a sort of top hat elephant foot with a hex Allen key sort of in the middle, thread on the outside. You can see what it looks like here because they use one in the oil pump. And the idea is with that, you wind all those elephant feet up till they meet the cap and can't go any further.
So you basically back them all off.
Back them all right off. Then you put all these bolts in, torque these up to the correct sequence. Then you wind down the elephant feet with the Allen key until they meet the base of the block and just nip them.
Yeah, just literally wind them out till they touch.
That's it, yeah.
Sort of stop.
Then you torque these outer ones.
Right.
And then you know that that's not going to, if you don't do that and they sit too far up and you torque those, it could distort the cap.
Yeah.
And not do the mains any favours. Same with this oil pump, bit of a triffid, because it bolts into these outer brace ones. You've got two larger nuts here with studs that the pump slides over, and you've got a torque setting on these nuts here. This one, you've got the same sort of thing, but it hasn't got a stud. Obviously, if it had a stud, you wouldn't be able to put the pump over it, so it uses a bolt.
So it's got a threaded hole instead of a stud.
It has indeed, and it uses one of these elephant feet adjusters here. And then what you do is you adjust that and torque this bolt up until you get the correct slack on the chain.
Yeah.
So you don't want any tension on there. You want a tiny bit of slack. If you have tension,
So
it can pull on the mains.
So you can basically wind it out a bit further and it will tighten up that chain.
To get the correct tension,
Yeah,
basically.
so
yeah.
Quite clever.
That's it, yeah. So you just got to be careful, mate. And as I say, there is a specific sequence.
Yeah.
So there we go. I'm going to get the bottom pan on, or the two sumps, and this one's all done. I've turned it over several times, mate. All the timing pins and that are out and back in the box, and it turns over lovely with no noises or anything touching.
All lines back up.
So I'm fairly confident this is all ready to go back to the customer. The second half of this video, mate, we've had some people, I noticed, asking for an update down the man cave on the little CR80.
Oh, right. To be honest, I've not even seen that bike in the flesh yet.
Watch the video, mate, after tonight.
Well,
Watch the video.
I've seen it on the videos, but...
Yeah. I'll, not in the flesh, you haven't seen it.
No.
But yeah, there's a bit of progress on that. It's all finished now, mate, tarted up. Is it going to be for sale? Everything's for sale at the right price, isn't it? Especially at the minute, mate. Got me on a roll. I'm selling everything. So yeah, I'm going to head down there, mate, show you that. And also there's some progress on the Mark 1 Escort wiring. So guys, back down the man cave. Haven't been here for some time, have you? But I've been here a little bit actually lately. Just haven't really had the chance to do the video. Every time I end up down where it is, I forgot my camera or something, it's back at work. But I've been getting on, guys, with the wiring. Before I show you my little project motocross bike and another couple of things, I just want to show you the wiring that I've done. So, on my lovely bench here, look, all lit up, got me wire in there, got my laptop, just about to edit a video that I haven't yet finished, this one. And here we have the loom so far. So this end of it here, guys, is all sort of looped up so I know what's what. We've got the main power cables here that go back to both of the fuel pumps in the boot, which obviously we've got to make that look pretty and cut to length, etc. Put the plugs on. But this end is the business end, guys, that I've done so far. So all self-taught, mind, over the last couple of months. We've got the big plug on the front, which plugs into the bulkhead, and that goes to the ECU. Then we've got these Deutsch connectors here, guys. These are two 6-pin Deutsch connectors. I think that's how you pronounce it, Deutsch connectors. We've got the main power lead coming from the relay box there. Obviously, I haven't got the correct fuses in yet, but you can see that, look. I've just put that on the end there. That's like got a 100 amp fuse in there, but that's basically going to go directly to the battery, and I shall have another 40 amp fuse right next to the battery. We've got this one here, which is into the main loom, and that is your powers going to distributed to the injectors, the coil, etc. You can see that, and I've put in extra powers into the main loom where they've got to go. One of which is the next one, which is the plug here for the coil. So that's got its own power. It's got the two that go to the ECU, so I've done that. Then the next one is going to be a subloom for the injector rail. And then these here go to, obviously, your injector bunch of wires here. So there's going to be powers to all of those. One of which, I think, which one is it? This one here is the power to your injectors, which I'm going to have to splice into and equally do 4 to each wires, each of the injectors. And then we've got air temp, we've got TPS, we've got a map sensor, which we're not using, and something else. What do you think, guys? Self-taught. I mean, I ain't turned the key yet, don't get me wrong, but it all looks pretty smart, I think, doesn't it, for a first attempt? And as I say, on all these connectors, it means everything's on a sub-loom. You can just disconnect it and pull that main loom out if you want to problem find. You never know. But there we go, me bike. Here it is. It is a 1997 CR80R. And as you can see, I've got my new plastics and graphics on and stuff. I've given it a good clean up. Now, this bike has had a very recent engine build. As you can see, it's very clean. Powder coated frame, which I didn't do, a few other bits. I put my uprated spring on the back. That's for an 85 kilo. So it's nice and stiff now, stiff enough for my weight. Obviously, we've cleaned all the forks up, new fork protectors there. Correct colour plastic. So we've got the white rear for a 97. The 96 had a red rear. The correct seat. And the only thing I have gone for, guys, is the 96 shroud graphic, because I prefer the 96. But everything else is 97, and I think that looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? So if someone wants to give me pretty decent money for that, get your bids in. But no, I really like it, and I like just having it standing there, really. But we have bought another couple of investments, guys, for the young boys. So my stepson, who's 12, and my actual son, who's 6, we bought another couple of bikes, guys. One being a KTM 65 SX, and that is a 2013. You can see that's immaculate condition, and that's for Cruz because he's a small-legged 12-year-old. And the classic Pee-wee 50, guys. They've been making these for what, 30, 40 years now? This one's a 2022, actually. Fantastic little bike, and that is hopefully going to do my little boy, because he's small for a 6-year-old, hopefully do him for a year or two. But these things are a great investment because they fetch the money back all day long. So there we go, guys. I'm going to spend probably the next couple of weeks doing a few hours here and there on my loom, get that finished, get it back in the Escort, guys, because not long now, and I'm going to have to probably make room, get rid of all these little bits and bobs, these bikes, put them into a corner. Hopefully the kit car's gone by then, and we're going to have the BMW back here. So really looking forward to doing step-by-step build-up of the old BMW. There we go. That's the man cave. I'm going to get this edited, pack up, get these bikes loaded up into the van, not my one, just the boys, and going to teach them how to ride them because they haven't ridden them yet. So fingers crossed there's going to be no A&E trip tonight. It's all going to go smoothly. Both going to enjoy it. Otherwise, they're both going to be on Marketplace tomorrow. Who knows? Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.